Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use tabs, left, right, center, and I'm also going to show you how to set a dot leader tab. People don't use tabs very often, only because I think they don't know how to, and it makes, sometimes in some documents, it makes it a lot easier if you know how to use them. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm starting with a blank file here, and I'm going to type the title, games, I'll just say, is my title. And then I know I'm going to be making a table here, and I know I need to set a left tab at a 1/2 inch. I've been told this, or I'm just going to guess, actually. You can guess it at it also. I need to set a left tab here at a 1/2 inch. And by the way, if you can't see your ruler, go to View and then check the ruler, okay? So I'm going to set a left tab here at a 1/2 inch. I'm going to set a center tab at 3.5, and I'm going to set a right tab at 6. And then we're going to start to type a little bit, and then we'll see what it looks like, okay? So to set tabs, there's a couple different ways you can do it. Over here is your tab indicator. So right now, this is a left tab, which is what I want to set here at a 1/2 inch. So I just point here at the 1/2 inch, right below that little slash, and I click. And that sets a left tab there, okay? If I come over here and I click that left tab, it changes it to a center tab. And I want to set that at 3.5, right below that hash mark at 3.5. There's my center tab. And then if I click it again, this, as you guessed it, is right tab, okay? And I want to set a right tab at 6. So I'm going to point just below the 6 there in the ruler in the white area and click. Now I have my 3 tabs set, okay? Now let's say I want to get back to the left tab. Well, this is at right. If I click it again, that's a decimal tab. We're not going to go over that, but basically if you would use that if you're using any numbers that contain decimals and you want all the decimals to line up. Actually, let's go ahead and set one. I'm going to move this one, my right tab, to 5.5, and I'm going to set a decimal tab at about 6.25 here. Okay, you got to be just below the, you got to be at the right spot in the toward the bottom of the ruler. And then if you click it again, that's a bar tab, and that'll make a straight line going down. Actually, I'll show you how that works also. This is just a little bonus material for you all. Actually, I'm going to set the bar tab right here. Okay. And then next is, that's first line indent, and that the indent marker's here. We're not going to mess with that. This is the hanging indent, and that's here. Well, we can move it there, and we're not going to mess with that. And then we click it again, we're back to left tab, which is where we want to be. So now we've set our tabs at this location. Okay. Anything above, if I put my cursor up here, the tabs go away. If I come back down here where I set the tabs initially, they're set, and anything that I put in this document below that will include those tabs, okay? So let's type name, and then we'll type in code. I don't know, I'm making stuff up here. And then date, and then I'm going to hit tab again, and that takes me to my bar tab, I believe. And then if I hit tab again, yep, see there's the bar forming. And if I hit tab again, I'm going to give it a rating, a 3.75 rating, okay? And then I'm going to hit enter. Well, it did that because it ran out of room. I don't have enough room up here. So if I have stuff already typed with the tabs, I have to select it all. Make sure my tabs are all in black. If they look like this, well, there's none there because there's nothing in this line, so that doesn't work. But like, let's say, well, it's doing it. Okay, forget it. It's doing that because they're set there, but already. And so if I select everything, then I can adjust them. So I'm going to move the date back a little bit. I'm going to move this bar tab way back, and then I'm going to move my decimal tab. See, now that I moved them, now it's all on one line. It just ran out of room over here is all. And actually, I think, is it because I hit tab twice? Might be. We'll find out. Okay, so then we'll hit enter. I'm going to get rid of these blank lines here. Okay, and then the first name will be Pac-Man, and I don't know, that's the code. Actually, let's go 4A's and then the tab. And I have my show hide on. That's showing these little arrows and the paragraph symbols and my page break. I'm going to turn this off, okay, just so you can see what it's looking like here. But if it ever does anything funky, if you turn that on, make sure you don't have more than one tab. Make sure there's not more than one arrow, because sometimes that'll happen. And then we're going to say October 15th, 2020, hit tab, and this one's going to be a 20.1. Okay, now I want to point a few things out to you. This column here is a left tab, so everything is aligning at the left. This one is a center tab, and if you notice, everything's aligning at the center, okay? And over here, the date is a right tab, and it's all aligning at the right. I set that bar tab, which is just bonus material, and that when I hit tab there, it just is forming a line between the columns. And then the decimal tab, you can see, is aligning at the decimal. So that's how you can set tabs and how you can adjust them. I'm going to also show you in this video, because for your assignments, I'm going to give you an opportunity to just, instead of typing everything out, I'm going to give you an opportunity to format everything that is already typed out. So I'm going to come down here to my second page, and this table, everything here has already been typed. So I am going to turn on my show hide so I can see where these tabs are. Okay, I can see there's the first tab, here's the second tab. They all have one. They're not aligned right now because we haven't set any tabs yet. And then these all have one, I believe. These are all kind of messed up. So remember what I said, you know, you have to select everything from where the tabs are. Okay, so if I click here, tabs are set. Probably those are from what I have up above. When I'm here, nothing. So if, for instance, if I were to click and drag here, no tabs show up because no tabs are set for this line. The tabs begin being set, or should begin being set on this line down here. So let's go ahead and select this. And for symbol, it looks like the column heading is kind of long compared to the items. So I'm going to set, and this may be different than what your directions tell you to do for your assignment, but I'm going to set this as a center tab at 1. And since the tabs are already in there, when I set the tabs and it's already typed and I have everything selected the way it should be, it will automatically make it be aligned correctly. The next one, I'm going to make it be a left tab. I need to cycle through here. There it is. And I'm going to set a left tab at 3. And then for the ages, I'm going to set a right tab. Oh. A right tab at 6. Okay, and then once they're set, you can adjust them. Point at the left tab, and when it says left tab, then you can click and drag it as long as you have everything selected. Okay, so let me show you again. As long as I'm in here, like if I don't have it selected and I just have my cursors here, and I decide, oh, I need to move this column back like this, it's only going to move that one row because I don't have it all selected. Also, if I select more than what the tabs were set for, the tabs won't be there. Okay, because the tabs aren't set for this row. They begin being set here, okay, at this row. So if you want to change it for the whole thing, you have to make sure you have it all selected and nothing more like this, okay? That's important. Also, I want to show you about the dot leader tab. So these are our column headings, and we're just going to leave them as column headings. But let's say I want to set a dot leader tab so it'll make it easier to read going across. I want this tab right here, this left tab. I want dots to appear here. And also for the right tab, I want dots to appear here. So to get to I showed you the easy way to set the tabs. To get to the tabs dialog box, go to the home tab and click the paragraph dialog box launcher and then tabs. Okay, another way to do that, once you have your tab area selected, right click and do paragraph for the paragraph dialog box and then click tabs. Okay, And you can see here's our tab stop positions. One is a center. The second one is left, and the third one is right, okay? Well, the first tab, going from the left margin all the way over to the first tab, we're not going to do anything with that. But for this one, I'm going to click this one. From here to the 2.7 mark, this left tab, we're going to set a leader, a dot leader, okay? And just to show you some variation, this isn't going to look very pretty, but I'm going to click on 6, and I'm going to set a leader, the hyphened one for the leader, and then set, and then click OK. And then you can see, I'm going to turn off show hide. You can see how it makes it easier to follow over, okay, to make sure that you're reading it correctly. You see that a lot in menus and programs. So that's how you set tabs and how you set a dot leader tab.